Hey everybody, how's it going? I am here with John Rome. He is from Midland, Texas, and we've been communicating here for the last couple of weeks, and he's been wanting to come out here and check the area out, do some rail fanning, get some pictures, and just check some stuff out. And so he's here today. We had breakfast at Keene. We're at Bealville now. There sounds like there is quite a few trains coming up and coming down as well. So we're gonna catch some trains. It's a beautiful day. It has cooled off. It's lovely, and so we are looking forward to a day of catching some trains. And we're inviting you to come along with us. All right, let's see what happens next. We pulled up here, and I knew there was an eastbound coming, but he was coming right as we pulled up. BNSF work train. We are at Bealville, down towards the west end. Oh, undercutter. Woo! Woo! Up. First train of the day. All right. Right on the heels of that work train comes this manifest. It's a BNSF. John says he thinks this old locomotive's a war bonnet. I say it's an SP with the bloody nose. We're gonna find out. Sorry about the truck being in the way. We are in tight confines up here on this right of way. Pacific, so that's one of the G&W companies. I haven't seen one of those kind of locomotives on the tracks in a long time, so I don't know if I don't think it was running, so they must be, maybe they're taking it to a museum or something. And for you locomotive aficionados, I don't recall what those were called, but yeah, you certainly don't see them much. It's still relatively early in the morning. It's about, I don't know, it is 9 o'clock. All I gotta do is look at my watch. But yeah, we had breakfast up at Keene, as I said. And when I got there this morning about 7:30, it's the first day of the year that I've been able to see my breath in the air. And it's so nice to have it cooled off now. Ah, lumber smell. You see that they are starting to put car numbers on the tops of the cars so they can, if there's an issue, they can see those from the air, drones or helicopters or whatever, and be able to identify the contents of that car. And I say they're starting to. They've been doing it for a while. I've just never talked about it before, so now you know. And for all of you, when I said Willamette, Sorry for mispronouncing. I know some people pronounce it Willamette. I don't know what the proper pronunciation of it is, because I'm a hick from Bakersfield. But feel free to let me know in the comments below. This guy looks like he's slowing down. I know that he had the one coming down the hill, so it looks like they may be stopping this guy at the Bealville crossover. Appears to be the case. As I said, I know there was one coming down. When we left Keene, we saw that train at Rowan. And I know that there is this train and at least one more eastbound, or southbound if you must, coming up. So I'm going to catch some trains. We may end up catching the same one 2 or 3 different places, but hey, it's one of the byproducts of the slow speeds in Tehachapi. All right, well, they're running this guy around him, but the signal down below us here at the west end is still red. We did hear another horn down at Caliente. We were just discussing how it didn't make much sense to stop this guy here at the crossover. They could have run him all the way up to the east end, kept him going. But you can see the tail end of this train up above there at the Bealville crossover. This guy does appear to be coming to a stop. Here's brakes squealing. Is still red. They will usually stop back here. They have a better sight of the signals up at the down at the west end. You can see there, signals are red. All right, well, see what happens next. Alright, this eastbound is on the move. I still think it's odd that they didn't just run him all the way up, keep him moving all the way up to the east end. So they had plenty of time to clear this train. To clear the westbound, they could have kept both of them moving. But you know what? Oh, here we go. Got one, that other eastbound over there between tunnels 1 and 2. So I still don't know why they didn't keep this guy moving up to the east end. I know I'm just a signal guy, but still. Unit isn't running. Yeah, see, now this guy over here is going to have to stop West Bealville, because by the time he gets there, this guy's not going to be clear of the crossover. I'm telling you, it just doesn't make any sense. So there are the 3 eastbounds that I know were coming up. And we'll see if we can't go catch this next one up a little further. All right, moved up here above Tunnel 5, the east portal. We're gonna go up into Cliff, but they've got the crossing right down there between the tunnel and the control point. They have it out. Looks like they're doing a rail project. I thought they had finished all that on the main line, but they obviously haven't. There's a lot of new rail laid out down at Bealville as well, down through along the main line at Bealville. So maybe they only did 1 rail on the last time. I don't know. But coming out of Tunnel 5 is always kind of dramatic. Nice smoke show. There you go, Jacob Pfeiffer. Heard him honk the horn. There is a little crossing just around the curve there. This is actually the first intermodal we've seen this morning. Everything else has been manifest or work train. And that is the west end of Cliff, or the north end. You can see the DPU there, the tail end of this guy. I had a subscriber ask me if I could pan more slowly because it makes him dizzy to watch my stuff. I hope that's a little better. I'm sure it'll take me a while to get used to doing that, if ever. But I'll try to remember. You can see that they just recently had a fire. This was about 2 weeks ago. And this fire did have trains held up at Caliente and Woodford. They were running them past that. They got it under control pretty quickly though. You can see that's Caliente way down there. You can see that they have the westbound that we saw at Bealville. That is him going through around the horseshoe curve and through Caliente. And there is a Union Pacific manifest southbound or eastbound parked there waiting for this guy to clear, at least this guy. So lots of traffic this morning. I say that fire was about 2 weeks ago. I actually think it was a little bit longer than that. I saw a deal, somebody posted on Facebook that said whenever I say the other day, that could mean any time from the day I was born until right now. And that's how I am. I say it all the time. Yeah, I saw such and such the other day. And think about it, it's like, well, that was actually about 8 months ago. We have moved up here to Marcel. Whoops. Yep, that is the same train we saw at Bealville with that. He said that's a GP9. So, I won't show this whole train since we've already seen it. Oh, somebody on a dirt bike. Hope he sees my truck. Might want to stand over here. Got a guy on a dirt bike coming up here. Oh, he's going around us. All right, well, stand here. We got a whole crowd coming up here, so I want to get out of everybody's way, and we'll go check out another location. All right, well, we have come up above the loop, and we ran into this group of folks here. This guy's name is Robert. He is one of the rail guys, and I don't mean maintenance guy. He is actually working in concert with this group of folks here who are all representatives of Nippon Rail, and they have some test rail up there by Tunnel 14, and they're checking on where the rail. I know they just relayed some of that stuff. You saw the video I did of the project in 2022, and they're checking the wear on that rail. We ran into them down below, and they're actually, you hear the radio there, they're actually laying some rail down around Bealville where we were earlier, or between Bealville and Caliente, I guess. You can go back, I'll put the link in the description below to the video I did of the rail train working at Woodford. And you can go check that out. But you can see this train here. And then down below there, that's the rear of this train. And I believe that this is the train we saw at Cliff at Tunnel 5. Yes, it is. You can see down there a single DPU on the rear, just through the trees there. But I know I keep saying, but what a glorious day. Oh my goodness, it's so nice up here. I don't know the temperature. If I had to take a guess, I would say that it's probably in the high 60s. It's breezy. Feels so good. Got a gang over there doing some work. remember up at Cliff, this guy was taking off. I don't know if he was just working that hard, or if he was running on yellows up there or not, but he certainly isn't struggling right here. Well, this guy's up here, he's wearing a pair of thongs. If you saw my piece on snake safety and rail fanning, you'll know that whenever you come up here, you should always wear I suggest boots, but at least a sturdy pair of shoes of some sort. Don't come up here wearing flip-flops. It's up to you, but still. All right. Got the local coming through the crossover here. Spoke to my connection when John and I were down at Rowan, and he said that they're laying rail through the OS at at Cliff, and there's some trains behind him waiting to go. But in the meantime, John and I decided to come up here and give him a little tour of the Depot Museum. Say hi, John. And heard a train come through, and there it is. The local, I assumed he was going to come down and cross over, but that does not look like what he's, oh, okay, yeah. Probably going to go down there, let them clear the signals back the other way. They will back up and go through the crossover up there and get back on the number 1 track, I guess. Yeah, it looks like what they'll do. Well, it's been about 3 hours since we saw any action. We went up to Tehachapi, as you saw, went to the museum. And came back down here. We are between Cliff and Rowan. And we know there was an eastbound UP at Caliente earlier. I don't think we missed him. But we've been sitting here for about an hour now, and this is the first train we've seen, so I don't know, we'll see what's going on. Crossing just the other side of that cut while they're sounding the horn. It is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon now. Getting that time of the year where the sun's really never in a good place. It's kind of always in the way, but bear with me here. This, I always thought this was a pretty cool place to take some pictures and shoot some videos with coming out of that cut over there and the retaining wall. And it's another of the places that not many people get to see. picking up speed. There were yellow boards at Rowan down toward the west end. So I'm wondering, I heard this guy doing the double honks on the horn, so there's probably, I know that the rail train was working down here, but this is single track, but I heard him tooting his horn, doing the double toots that they usually do through Form Bs. So I don't know if that's for the rail train or if they actually have another work group working down there between here and Tunnel 8. But he was definitely going slower when he went through here. And I did not bring my scanner with me today. I unloaded all that stuff because we've been using the truck for family trips. 2 or 3 of them the last week, and I just haven't put the stuff back on there. All right. Now, let's see what happens next. All right. Come up here to Rowan. I saw the train down below here a while ago. It's been a while. I don't know what we drove down to Caliente and Bealville. We saw this guy sitting at Bealville, and found out that the trains were stopped because they had a broken rail down between Cliff and Rowan. So we got that fixed, and the train that was sitting here left. That was quite some time ago. It is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or evening, however you want to put it. I think after this, we'll grab us a bite to eat. But we didn't see any trains below this guy. We drove down to Caliente, as I said, and that doesn't mean some haven't come up behind him, but we'll see, I guess. Go up towards Tehachapi, see what's going on up there, if anything. But I promised John there'd be some trains today, and there have been. Might have had to wait a little bit for some of them, but, well, them's the breaks. See the back of the train further back, coming up out of the west end of Rowan down there. Three peaks there. Doesn't look like 3 peaks from this angle, but it is. Man, there are a lot of flies out today. Getting in their last jabs before it gets too cold for them. this will be the last train I shoot. If we see another one, I might take some stills, but it's going to make a pretty good long video as it is. Been a pretty productive day. The weather has just been gorgeous all day. A while ago it was 73 degrees up here. It's breezy, feels really, really good. So looking forward to the fall and the winter. Sorry for all you folks who live in Chicago and places where it gets wind chill factors of 100 below. I'm looking forward to the nice moderate winters that we have here in Southern California. Seen a lot of manifests today. It's I don't know, say it's unusual, but certainly usually see a lot more intermodals than we've seen today, but that's all right. You know how I feel about that. I always say manifests are more interesting trains. All right, well, that will conclude a very productive day of chasing trains with John, my subscriber and new friend from Midland, Texas. We had a lot in common as we conversed throughout the day, and had a lot of fun talk and a lot of interesting conversation. It was always enjoy that. So anyhow, John, say see you later.
It's a great day. See you later.
All right, here are the URLs to my PayPal and my Patreon. If you can help out the channel that way, I'd sure appreciate it. Keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email at motorport59@gmail.com. Like, share, subscribe. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content. And we'll see you all later.